About the last minute of the game, LJ Peak. How big was it for him to step up when everything has for you guys?
You know, he had a frustrating game just because he was in foul trouble, you know, and couldn't get into the flow. But coming down at the end, you know, LJ Peak did what LJ Peak does. And so, you know, the first half, he got in there, I think he had 2, maybe 3 offensive fouls. But he found a way at the end to get to the basket and put it in.
Rodney, a lot of home fans here to support you from Notre Dame Prep. What was it like playing for them?
It was great. It's a blessing always to be able to come home and play in front of friends, fans, and family. To play well and get a win is great.
You guys have your 4th straight win now. You know, you guys seem to have hit the reset button now in Big East play. Has there been anything you guys have done differently? If you just stuck to the game plan, things have started to pay off then recently?
You know, it's a couple of things. One, that's a really good win, just right there. I mean, that's a really, really good win. You know, you look at their record. I told our guys, you watch tapes of them. You know, maybe with the exception of their previous game, the Creighton game. You know, every game comes down to a certain 2-minute stretch here, a couple plays here. You know, and both Billy and Eli are playing at such a high. We couldn't do anything with Billy tonight. You know, playing at such a high level. You know, that we knew we had to play well to win. You know, we started off balls of fire. You know, then they came right back. You know, and that's what they've been doing. You know, and you know, we shot ourselves in the foot. You know, missed foul shots. Lack of getting defensive rebounds that we had to get. But that's the Big East win. That's a Big East game. They all are like that. So it's just a really good win. We've done a few things differently. Probably don't want to talk about it too much. You know, but at the end of the day, I think didn't see it as much as we need to today. But the guys are in the half court. We're playing faster. I don't mean shooting faster. I mean moving faster, cutting harder, and it's opening up our 3rd, 4th, 5th option in general. And I thought they did an outstanding job of really packing everything in and doubling the post and disrupting what we wanted to do. And so we just had to kind of pick until we found something open.
Second row.
Yes.
Coach, you had 4 players with 4 fouls entering the final minutes of the game. What played into your decision to keep those guys on the floor knowing that they could be fouled out? You know,
we were in foul trouble up and down the line. You know, along those lines. You know, I think Reggie Campbell came in today. Reggie Cameron came in today, and his 4 rebounds were key. You know, he banged a shot in front of our bench. You know, and he's regarded as a shooter, but he was throwing his body in there, and there were a couple others that he didn't gain possession of the ball, but he was able to tip it to his teammates. You know, but to answer your question, everyone was in foul trouble, so we just had to play with who we thought would help us come out with a win. If someone fouled out, the guys on the bench were ready to step in and step up.
John, what was your approach defensively on that last sequence for DePaul?
We didn't want to foul. That's the real question. You know, we just wanted to, you know, on all penetration, stay at home because clearly they needed a 3. You know, stay down on all pump fakes, and just guard them. Just make them, you know, chuck up a tough. And how about that though? That ball was down. It was, and then from our perspective, the good Lord made it bounce out. But you know, but it was down. But we just wanted to guard them, switch everything. I did not want to foul.
Any other questions? Last one.
Rodney, did you prepare any extra for this game knowing that it would be the first and perhaps last time you would ever play in front of your hometown?
No, we take it the same way every game. We follow the game plan that the coaches put together for us and come out and play hard and play to win.
So he's only telling the partial truth. That is accurate. But his mom and his aunt made a really nice meal for us the other night. And so maybe that played a little bit of something in the win also. I want to thank them for that.
What did they give you?
What did they make?
Some curry and jerk chicken.
With some beans and rice.
A little something.
Thank you.
Thank you.